Hello, Mobius here with part 4 of my tutorial series on RPG Maker project collaboration. If you were with us last time, we downloaded and installed Ruby, and using that we were able to run these batch files, which then exported the normally inaccessible RX data files into a easily read text format. So what we're going to be doing today is going to be downloading and installing Github for Windows, which will allow us to version and control those files very easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to github.com. If you don't have an account, you can sign up for one at the top of the page. And then we'll scroll down here to find Simple Collaboration for your desk clock. Click on Find Out More. And then right here is the download button to download GitHub for Windows. They also have it available for Mac, but I'm going to be focusing on the Windows version. So once you've downloaded and installed that, go ahead and open it up here. It'll open up to the tutorial page. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go up here to the plus button. We're going to click Add, and we'll navigate to our project folder. So for us, this is project 1. And then a message should pop up here. If it doesn't, just try deleting and retyping, and you should get this message. So what you can do is you can click Create a Repository. It'll pull you over to the Create page with all the stuff brought in, and go ahead and leave that set to Windows. Alright, click Create Repository. And what this has done is it's now going to be trying to track things. So if we go ahead and click on this icon over here, it'll bring us into what it's trying to do. And what you can see is it's trying to take a look at all of the files that are in that folder. And as you can see, it can't open these RX data folders. It says binary file not shown. So we don't really want it to be looking at that, right? Because we have these files which it can take a look at. So we don't really need it to take a look at these RX data files. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and click on the gear and go to Repository Settings. And basically this is a list of ignored files which we're telling GitHub, hey, don't bother with these. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new line here. We'll add a little reminder that this is the RX data, right? And then we're just going to add an asterisk.rx data, and that'll say ignore. Now if you're on VX or VX Ace, it'll obviously be RV data or RV data 2. So keep that in mind, but then we'll just click OK. Alright, and as you can see, now it's ignored all of those and it's not going to try to import them, and it's just going to look at these. Okay. Now what we want to do, right, so this is the master branch of our project, and we want to commit all of these files to that master branch. And so you can see right here it says commit to master, but it's grayed out. And the reason it's grayed out is we need to add a commit message. So I'm just going to call this the initial commit. And now I can click the button, so we'll commit this to the master. And alright, we've committed that. So now if we go back, we can actually see this is now the initial commit, and we can actually see what all we did. And we know we did change all the files. Okay, so now we have no changes. So now let's go to our project and open it up. And let's just go ahead and create a new actor. And just for convenience, we'll just copy and paste a new one. We'll change the name. Alright, we'll save this. And now you can see that it has detected that we've added this actor, and it's pulled in those changes. So we'll add another message. Add Anna. We'll commit that. Okay. So now how does this help us when we have multiple people? Well, basically what we can do is we're currently been working in the master branch, and we're going to fork this or create a new branch. We'll just click this button here to create a new branch. So now, right, we're pretending we're another team member. We could come in here and let's say we're going to add new weapons, right? So we're going to create a new branch called add new weapons. And what we've just done is we've essentially done the same thing as if we copied all of the files to our own computer in a separate paste so that we have our own local copy to work our changes on. So now we'll go and we'll start it up again. And what we'll do is we'll just open up the database and we'll make a new weapon, right? So we'll just copy this guy just for convenience. We'll change the name. We'll save that. Okay. Now again, you can see it's found that we added that. So we added a new weapon. And we've committed that. Alright, so now we're going to change our branch back to the master. And if we go and we open up RPG Maker again, and open up the database and go to weapons, you can see that we don't have that new weapon that we added. And the reason is because we added that to a separate branch. So just like if you had done it, move the files to a separate place on your computer to create a local copy, it's basically exactly the same, and so it's not going to be adding to here. Okay, so now we're going to be another team member, and we're going to create another branch, and this time we're going to add a new state. So we'll create this branch. Okay. Now we can open it up. We'll go in the database, and we'll just make this a new state. Okay. So we'll save that. Okay. So now we should see that, okay, we have the new state. And what's interesting to note here is that we actually changed the enemies and classes file as well, because now enemies and classes need to be able to respond to this new state. So we'll go ahead and we'll add our commit message. So we added a state. Commit that. Alright, so now we've added a new state in one branch, and we've added a new weapon in another branch. So how do we get these back into the master branch? So we'll go here to the master branch, and what we can do is we can compare it to this add new state branch. And what you can see, once we do that, we have this update from add new state. So we click on that, and it will attempt to automatically merge those changes into our master branch. And you can see it succeeded there. And now we can go add new weapons, try to update from there, and it'll try to add those in as well. And you can see that it succeeded again. So now if we go and we open up RPG Maker, if we open up the database, we can see, yes, we have our new state, but we also now have our new weapon. So you can see how easy it is to have two different people make their own branches, do their own work separately, and then combine all of their work back into your master project. Now, there is one thing that is going to be a little bit tricky to do, and that's adding maps. And the reason for that is because of how RPG Maker saves its maps. So if we open up the data folder, we can see that the map we have right now is map 001, and it's saved as map 001. If we were to add a second map, it'd be map 002, and then 003, and so on. So what can happen is, if two people branch from master right now, like we just did before, and then they both created a new map, both of their new maps would be named map 002. So when GitHub tried to merge the changes back in, there'd be a conflict, because there would be two maps named 002, and it would try to merge them into one single map, and that's not what we want. We want them to be different maps. So the easy way around this is whoever is going to maintain the master branch is going to be in charge of maintaining that. Whenever people want to go about making new maps, all you need to do is create blank maps for them to work on. So what you do is you'd come in here and you would just create like a new map, and again, it doesn't have to be anything, it can be totally blank. And once you have these two maps, now you can save it and then close it out. And what you'll see now when you close it out is that you have these two maps added in, as well as the map info being updated. And now when they branch, you can have team member 2 work on map 2 and have team member 3 work on map 3, and so on. So that's really it. Everything else is going to be really straightforward and easy. Now the one last thing I want to mention on this is the publish button right here. So if you set this up on your local computer, all you have to do is click this publish button, and it'll automatically create space for your project on GitHub, and then you'll have a repository for it there, and then other team members will be able to access it through there, and then you can upload and download and sync through this GitHub for Windows, and it'll make collaboration with all of your other team members really easy. Now there's lots more that you can do with GitHub, and I don't have time to cover them on this video. You can check out their tutorial here, or you can just look for GitHub tutorials on YouTube. I just wanted to cover the basics of it for you to help you get up and running. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video. There's going to be one more video in this video series covering some of the more advanced things you can do with this plugin system. It's not necessary to watch it. I've given you everything you need to get up and running and do great project collaboration in RPG Maker. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'll see you later.